Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 2017 Ferrari J50. Now this was built to celebrate half a century of Ferrari's presence in Japan, with only 10 being produced, all of which were sold in Japan. And yeah, this is based on the 488 GTB, and yeah, more specifically the Spider version of the 488. And yeah, the big difference between that and this is the styling, which is designed to evoke the 70s and 80s, you know, more sharp and angular cars of those decades. And yeah, the rear especially looks like something like a Ferrari F40 with those tail lights. But yeah, overall it's a fantastic looking vehicle. It's easily one of my favourite, if not my actual favourite modern looking Ferrari. And yeah, it's also got a Targa top, so yeah, the roof is you can take out the roof and you can stow it behind the driver and the passenger. And yeah, that's made out of carbon fibre, so all in all this only weighs 110 pounds more than the hardtop 488, which is exactly how much the Spider version weighs. So yeah, meaning that this only weighs 3,362 pounds, which is not all that much extra whatsoever. Doesn't have much in the way of boot space. As you can see, there's got this in the front, which yeah, I don't think you could put really anything in there. And obviously there is some space in behind the driver and the passenger, but if you've got the Targa roof off, then you're not really going to have any room behind there either. But then again, it's a supercar, it's not really supposed to be practical. It's supposed to look great and drive great, and it does both of those in spades. And yeah, it's got a fantastic interior like Ferraris usually do, although this one I think is one of their better ones. Not sure if it's majorly different to a standard 488, but yeah, you've got obviously the J50 name over there in the corner, and yeah, it just generally looks really rather nice. But obviously the big difference is the styling. It still has the same engine as well as the 488. It's still got the 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, but now it's producing 681 horsepower and 560 pounds-feet of torque. Now the torque is the same, but it's now got 21 extra horsepower to make up for the additional weight. So yeah, fantastic car all around really. And yeah, it's just really a shame that it's not a more, you know, well mass-produced Ferrari, because yeah, I wish Ferrari were making cars that looked more like this than they currently are. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. So yeah, we're going to take this out on the drag strip and then we'll go around the racetrack. So yeah, let's shoot off, see how fast we can go before we hit the speed camera. So yeah, as you can see, it's still got the same rev limit as the standard 488. Still sounds absolutely glorious like the standard 488. And still able to go lightning quick. So yeah, that was 160 miles an hour there, which is ridiculously fast for something that at the end of the day is all style. Well, it's supposed to be all style, but yeah, Ferrari being Ferrari, they've made it all style and all go at the same time. And yeah, I really do like this. And yeah, it is at the end of the day just another variant of the 488. We already have the Pista version, so we now technically have 3 versions of the 488. But yeah, this is easily my favourite of the 3, purely just because of the styling really. Still, it's more powerful than the standard 488, even if it's not quite as fast as the Pista, because that weighs significantly less than this does. But still, really do like this car. Right, let's get it in S1 class, in Rivals. So yeah, this car is still as quick as the standard 488, purely because it has extra power to compensate for the extra 110 pounds in weight. So yeah, it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and 0 to 105.7 seconds, with a top speed well in excess of 200 miles an hour. The game itself says 231, so yeah, you're not going to be struggling for top speed here, and that is the exact same as the standard 488. So yeah, no loss in performance whatsoever with this, despite the extra weight. And quite frankly, I can't tell the difference between handling either despite that extra weight as well, because yeah, it's still extremely sharp, still got plenty of grip, and yeah, as you can see, it handles really rather nicely. And with that extra 20 horsepower, you can really give it the beans outside of the corners, because it's now got nearly 700 horsepower, which is not bad whatsoever for a car of this type. So yeah, I'll let you listen to it for a little bit, because this car sounds as good as it looks. So yeah, Ferrari have done wonders with this V8. I probably said this when I reviewed the 488 itself, but yeah, the fact that they've made a V8 that is quite low in cubic capacity and still made it sound good despite having 2 turbochargers just shows how great of a engineering company they really are. Because BMW have had issues with their turbochargers on their cars, making their engines sound a bit weak, and I'm pretty sure some other companies have as well. And yeah, Ferrari have done really well. Although they're not the only one. Mercedes AMG have done really rather good with their V8 that they've shared with Aston Martin. But yeah, I love this the engine noise on this, and yeah, now it's got this mad styling to go with the insane engine noise as well. It's the kind of styling that, like I said, I wish Ferrari would do more of. But unfortunately, they seem to be relegated to more like the one-offs or the more expensive versions of their standard cars, which is a shame. But yeah, still a fantastic car, and it's the 4th car in the car pass, and yeah, it's another winner as far as I'm concerned in the car pass itself. And yeah, it's another kind of car that we've not had before in previous Forza games, which is always good. Nothing more annoying than a car being in a car pass that you've had numerous times before. Obviously I wouldn't mind if a car came back from Forza Motorsport 4 that we haven't had since, but it is annoying if there's a a car that's been featured several times before. But that has not been the case with the car pass so far, and it does not look like it's going to be the case for at least the next few weeks either. So yeah, the car pass is continuing to be good value for money, and yeah, this is another cracking car in the car pass itself. So yeah, again, if you've still not got the car pass, then I highly recommend getting it, because all of the cars so far have been great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the rest of the cars that we already know about are capable of. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.